Hello guys, this is Avcoor. Now that Guild Battle is wrapping up, thank God, this thing is so stressful, I want to look at the costumes and the limit break weapons as a whole, and I want to rank them from least to greatest. What I will say is there is an argument to be made for every costume, why they are good and why they are not good. So if you disagree with me, let me know. If you agree with me, let me know, and we'll get into it. For me, I think when we look at it in the long run, Cloud, to me, in my mind, has an incredible costume, but compared to these other guys, I don't think it's the best. And I want to go into why I think that is so. But first, we're actually going to look at it aesthetically. So, first of all, as far as the costume goes, I think this costume is very solid. I think it's better than Glavinus armor. I think Glavinus armor was a little bit too clunky for Cloud. Cloud is a very slim guy, so this is something that I think fits his overall body well. I don't like this part. If anybody pays attention as much as I do to things, I don't like this butt part. It should have just been straight down. Why do we have the little strip there? I hate that. That's one of my biggest gripes about the costume itself is the back end part. I don't like this part either. If you like just made it like straight pants, I thought that'd be really good. But let's go into why this is good. I already did a video on this already, so I won't like go all the way into the details. First of all, this is a really great costume. Boost attack all allies is so valuable that I feel bad that I did not get his costume because it's something that I think I will desperately need in the future. Because boost attack all allies is something that's passive that helps everybody on your team, no matter what situation you're in. And Bahamut's bite is basically Glavinus armor. So he's basically getting Glavinus armor and boost attack all allies. So that's pretty good. Bahamut's greatsword is actually a really good weapon. So the thing I think that's gonna taper off is the damage cap. First of all, the damage cap right now is really good. A lot of people actually use this as a single target weapon and it works fine. But I think the problem is that long term support ages better than DPS because there'll always be a new and bigger, shinier toy. And I just think that Bahamut Greatsword is just the shiny toy right now, and it will easily be replaced. But the counter argument to that is if you have Glavinus, if you have Zidane, if you have Bahamut Greatsword, then you have a peak performance cloud. So yeah, if you have all three of those costumes and weapon set, then you could actually convince me that this weapon is better because it combines well with all his other weapons, and that's what makes Cloud good. The devs have slowly built him piece by piece to be the best physical attacker in the game, and that weapon and the whole outfit displays this. So yeah, as far as the whole setup, it's pretty much an 8 out of 10, and that's where it'll stay. I think it's really good, but I think there's just better. So obviously the next one I think is Yuffie. So when looking at Yuffie, a lot of things happen for Yuffie that she needed to happen with this costume and outfit. First of all, the costume is very tasteful. I like the fact that we have like shorts. I know she got a little like bikini thing on, but you could barely see it. It's covered in the back, so I like that. I like the fact that the devs have taken their time and they didn't totally mess up the IP because this is kind of who Yuffie is. She's kind of like a ninja, a very sneaky person. So this costume is befitting of that. So I like that. I like the hood. The hood works. Even the weapon itself works. So aesthetically, this is really good. Bahamut Mantle is basically the same thing as Glavinus armor with boost attack all allies. I won't go into it. But for Yuffie, she uses a lot of physical based weapons. This is actually really good. So in my mind, if you are an up and coming Yuffie player, you actually want this costume more than you want the weapon. But you do want the weapon because Bahamut Cutter is something that she desperately wanted. Because first of all, she wanted a high damage weapon, physical attack. Excuse me. because it hits 1080 on the physical non-elemental damage spectrum. It also increases magic defense, which I think makes it better than Cloud's weapon because she's offering support outside of just the normal damage, which you'll see is a common theme with the better weapons here. I'm not saying that it's bad, that Cloud's weapon is bad. It's just that Yuffie is doing more for the team as opposed to just doing damage. So when you multiply this by 1.3 if they have a debuff, it actually comes to 1,404, which is a very, very high ceiling for damage. So this weapon is doing everything that she wants it to do, and putting debuffs on the enemy is mandatory now. So you probably can just say that it's 1,404 most of the time. And the fact that it's not conditioned on HP is really good. The reason why I have this weapon at 3 is because I think that the other two weapons are just superior in every way. But understand that there are two sides to this spectrum. Like there's a magic attack spectrum and there's a physical attack spectrum. And I, as a player, have crippled myself on some level because I went to the magic attack spectrum side, and because I didn't get Bahamut Cutter and Bahamut Greatsword, my ability to raise the cap of P attack for my party has been stunted. So if you invest in Cloud, invest in Yuffie, or if you invest in Tifa, invest in Aerith as well, because you actually want to raise that ceiling. Or you can go the riskier route and split it. Maybe you want Yuffie, or maybe you want Tifa. You want Tifa and Yuffie, or you want Cloud and Aerith. That's your choice, but I chose to stick to the magic attack side. But overall, this weapon is pretty good, and if you're a Yuffie player, you should be satisfied because it makes her extremely competitive. So, with these two weapons that are coming up, I would rank Yuffie at 8.5, almost to 9, 8.5 to 9, because it's just that good. So, shockingly enough, I actually think that Tifa as a whole is a little bit below Aerith, a little bit, and I'm going to explain why that is. It's not that she's not the best character in the game right now, because pretty much she is. It's the costume, and when I get to Aerith, I'm going to explain to you why that is. So Bahamut's suit is doing everything that Tifa could ever want to happen on the magic attack side. It's so good that I have used her to clear Shiva EX2, a video that I will put out later, probably tomorrow. And I don't even have like the beach outfit, and I was still able to easily defeat her. So that is a testament to the combination of boost attack all allies, because this is a super great skill. Do not underestimate this skill. Bahamut's like Whisper is Glavinus armor for magic. You get magic attack plus 10%, and you get attack command Gog max magic ability damage plus 10%. So this costume is absolutely insane. More so because there's not too many magic costumes right now. Most of them have been physical. So when you see a generic non-elemental magic based gear set, you have to kind of jump on it because it's just so rare. Bahamut's Fangs is an optimum weapon because not only is it doing damage because the 1100 threshold seems low, but every time she attacks, she actually increases magic attack by 2 stacks. So I've used this in the Bahamut battle, and it works extremely well. But the one thing I will say is that you need that OB10 in order for it to work. So just keep that in mind. But overall, there's nothing I can say that's bad about this. Maybe you can get some better like material abilities, but it's not necessary. Boost magic ability potency, boost magic attack, because boost magic ability potency is rarer than physical ability potency, so getting that on a weapon is really good. But I actually want to talk about this costume for just a second. First of all, I like the fact that this costume is tasteful. I mean, I know there's some like skin and everything around here and there, but for me, this is one of the best costumes that they've made out of the Bahamut set because first of all, it's tasteful. Second of all, it kind of like emphasizes Tifa's physicality because if you played the game, Tifa is a very physical person. She was trained in martial arts and Nibelheim, so this is perfect for what you would expect her to be. I mean, I love this costume. This is one of my favorite costumes. It'll have to be a toss up between her and the next one coming up, but I really like this costume. I'm just a big fan, and that's probably just me, but understand that Applebot made a lot of money off Tifa, and that's why Guild Battle hurt so much because everybody invested in Tifa's outfit, and people who didn't invest in Tifa's outfit suffered in Guild Battle. So just keep that in mind how powerful this is. The whole set I would rank a whopping 9.3 out of 10. This thing is awesome, and if you have the chance, you should get it because not only is it a nice looking costume, it's pretty much a standard costume. You'll use it more often than not, unless you move into physical sets or condom sets. So with this setup, you want Tifa to be a leader. She is the center of a magic-based attack team because she's attacking and buffing at the same time. So she's an enabler. So there's like Vincent, I think is really good for her, and Sephiroth. So those are the two characters you would like to pair up with her because they'll benefit more from her weapon. So I think this is one of the better sets. But the reason I rank Aerith so high is because of utility. Understand that both of these characters, Tifa and Aerith, are going to age the best because they're actually supporting the party more. Yuffie does support the party, but if you have the Kamurawan Bahamut Rod set, then you really don't need her. She's not adding anything to it because you have this character and she's absolutely bonkers. I want to go over the costume real quick. Once again, I like this costume because it is tasteful. You're not exploiting the IP. This is something that Aerith would wear. It's not out of character for her. So the sum of it is really good. I mean, it's a toss up between Aerith and Tifa for the best looking costume to me. I mean, even the necklace, everything is right on this. So let's get into why Bahamut's Road is king. First of all, you're getting boost all allies, which is really good. But this is what I want to say. You're getting boost all allies on a healer that you're going to use most of the time. That's what makes this outfit so cracked, is the fact that you're going to use this costume most of the time on Aerith because she's support. She doesn't use Arcanum sets. The reason why I rank Tifa lower is because if you have her Water Arcanum set, you're going to use the Water Arcanum set. You're not going to use the Bahamut set. If you have her Fire Costume, you're going to use the Fire Costume set. You're not going to use the Bahamut set. But with Aerith, you're pretty much going to use this all the time. It's got everything she wants. You have a healer that passively buffs all your allies. That's absolutely cracked. Bahamut's protection is even more so. I want you to look at it this way. She's getting 3 abilities in 1 ability. She's getting healing potency, she's getting physical defense plus 20%, and she's getting magic defense plus 20%. Those are 3 separate things. 3 separate things. When you look at the other costumes, they're getting boost attack plus 5%, boost magic attack plus 5%, and then they're getting boost physical ability or magic ability potency. Those are only 2 things, and you would say that physical and magic defense are the same. No, they're not, because enemies hit either magic attack or physical attack, and she's able to buff both, and she's getting the healing potency plus 10%. It's absolutely incredible what this costume is doing. This costume is doing so many things on its own before we even get into the weapon. That's why I rank it pretty much the highest. I think this is the best weapon that they that they made out of this set. I mean, Tifa is super close though. I mean, super close, but I still think in the support end she edges Tifa out, and that's by a small margin. Bahamut's rod is really good. It's better than what I thought initially. If you look at my video before this, I didn't test out the weapon as much, but once I really got a hold of this weapon is absolutely incredible. And let's start with the R abilities first, because you're getting boost magic attack all allies, which is passive support, and you're getting boost heal, which is something a healer needs. So she's doing like she's just doing so much work right here. She's doing so much work right here. And she does even more work because she casts a healing and you get 2 stacks of physical defense. I've actually played against Bahamut with this weapon, and if you have a physical attack down 3 stacks and you pop this off, you're able to survive Bahamut's physical dive bomb attack, which is really good. But also, you're actually getting, when her HP is 90% or less, you're getting 1 stack of ATB Gog. This is really good. So when you get hit by a big attack, you're able to pop this off, and you speed up the recovery of your allies so they can do their attacks. So this is doing 3 things: it's healing, it's putting physical defense on, and it's actually pumping up your ATB Gog by 1 point. That's absolutely incredible. And when you combine this with people like Tifa, it's absolutely incredible what's happening here. It only gets better when you get to All Asuna 1. All Asuna 1 is so good that you actually have to use it to appreciate it. I can't really explain to you how good it is until you use it yourself. And the heal boost is just the icing on the cake. So you get heal boost, like you get your cure single target ally, you get your Asuna all, and you get a heal all in one weapon. This is easily a 9.5. 9.5 with a potential to be an absolute 10. This is the best. It's hard to justify anything better than this. And the costume looks great. But that is my opinion. It's Cloud, Yuffie, and a toss up between Aerith and Tifa, with Aerith basically taking it by a little bit, a small margin. But if you have this weapon and you have it at OB9, I have it at OB9, you're gonna understand that it's absolutely broken. And if you have a OB10 Bahamut Claw, both of these weapons are absolutely broken. I know I get myself on the physical attack, but I think, in my personal opinion, it was worth it in the end. But let me know in the comments, out of the 4 weapons, which did you summon for? And which do you use more? And what costume did you like more? Just let me know. Have a great day, and thank you. Laters.